you want to see the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Every time it goes blue, we're just going to have a little talk, and then
Yeah.
we see another piece of Xena and Gabrielle. It's so cool.
Okay.
And you've got to get caught up in your education.
Really, really bad at this. No, I have 2 left feet. I see that face. No, they wouldn't let me dance the complex because I brought a bad harvest.
You know what's funny about this? This is the first time that I had to dance as Gabrielle, and I couldn't decide if I should really try to dance well or just, you know, have 2 left feet.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought, you gotta have fun with it. So I tried to do the goofiest things I could find, and
You're
then they never asked me to dance again. What, for 3 or 4 years after that? It was funny.
And then they had you dancing every other weekend.
Right at the end.
Oh, look, you can't dance bad if you try. That's good.
Thanks, Jess.
I can't dance well if I try.
Bring the princess.
Come on, that's not true. I've seen you dance. I've seen you dance, you know, with friends.
Yeah, that's right. Not on the show.
Forgiven.
Don't give me choreography.
Here's a better scene. You want to talk about it? I remember this so great.
Sarah.
The smell.
It was just another village to conquer. Nothing out of the ordinary. Fire broke out. And I don't know if it was one of my men or just an accident, but there was a strong wind and those flames just swept through that town like a wave of death. People were huddled in their houses because they were afraid of my army. That was one time when my army was.
You know what's horrifying about this as you watch it all those years ago doing that scene and then knowing how the series ends and you go, wow, how many villages did she burn to the ground? How many souls is she responsible for? And of course those things were written with no
idea of what
prescience of what
absolutely
would be written, not from producers or the writers' point of views, but just kind of evolved. But it's kind of shocking to see these things and you go, no wonder, because all the fans who watched it had put all those pieces together and were filling in the blanks the whole time, and we were just kind of
trying
to keep up and produce stories. But no wonder people took things so personally.
I often wondered after this scene what you had experienced that made you connect with that so strongly, because it's not a dialogue that you can just say, without understanding that experience.
No, it was a Holocaust thing. Because I don't know where I got the idea about the smell, but the smell is such an evocative sense too. And there must have been this terrible smell about human beings burning, and nobody ever talks about that. But perhaps I'd heard a Holocaust survivor mention it, or I don't know where I got that from, but it was specifically a Holocaust reference in my mind when that was the image I was using. Yeah.
Jeez.
And the thing about doing a scene where you've got, and if you're drawing on something like the Holocaust, you really got to keep a lid on it, don't you? So tight, because otherwise you're going to go and blub all over the place and not finish the scene and not serve the characters. And
but you know what's interesting about this show is that because the reality is not close to home, it's not something you experience every day, so you had to find heightened aspects of your life or history to draw on, just to find a way to connect with these people
and to try to make it real that you're talking about cutting people's heads off and
and then thousands of people are dying.
Yeah. Of course, since September 11, that's become all too real.
That everybody can understand that. But before that, how do you, because our generation hasn't lived through a huge war like that.
Right.
To try to find those things to make it real. Somebody has to say no to this lust for revenge.
That is so hard to do. You did it.
When your village was destroyed, you were infected with bloodlust, but you overcame it.
I was lucky. I saw what I'd become and I was able to turn it around. But if something happened to Mother or Hercules or you, I might do just the same.
That's a first.
I forgot that Hercules was such a player.
Right.
Early on, because
he was one of your
after the
best
second
friends.
season, you know, you kind of never gave him another thought. But
Right.
that's
but
right.
he was more important than
like
Gabrielle. Love and forgiveness.
You're changing, Gabrielle. I like you just the way you are. Get some sleep.
No. No, you promised me.
I promise.
I was naive, though. I mean, I fit right into that.
Scream! But you see, if we had done that in the last season,
we would have just.
It would have been cut. Yeah, you would have laughed.
I would have laughed.
We wouldn't have held it together. We would have just gone.
Yeah.
But that was really unexpected to see that in the final cut.
Yeah, but we came from two different places within the characters, you know. I was naive about the whole world view, and you had a obviously different idea. Reality. That was funny, though. The other thing about this, which was interesting, it was the first time that, wasn't it TJ that was directing this? I believe so. Because it was TJ then. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. Anyway.
I think he did Return of Callista.
I think he did this.
When she goes down the
You know why? I remember because the fire. They put the fire right in front of the camera, and it was both on a dolly, so they're moving back and forth, which is very unusual. We'd never done that before, and I thought,
Mike Levine thing?
Might have been.
Oh, anyway,
it was just really interesting that the production value to me just went up a notch again. That suddenly it had this feature film quality that they were putting together these shots that were so elaborate.
Like that.
I thought it was interesting.
What's happening?
That's nice, though. That was nice. It's fine. Doctor?
Mm-hmm. She's dead.
Andrew Binns.
She is not dead. I wouldn't let her. Come on, Gabrielle, wake up. Come on, wake up. Come on, wake up. You're scaring me. Wake up. Wake up. Gabrielle, breathe. Come on. Come on, breathe. Breathe. Maybe she just needs air. I need to get some air in her lungs. Come on, breathe!
Stop it. She's dead now. She's in a much better place.
Get out of my way! You don't know anything! Don't you listen to him. Come on, I know you're in there proving. You can show him. Come on. Wake up and breathe. You never ran from anything in your whole life. Come on, fight!
Zena.
Fight!
Zena! It's time to stop.
Who would have thought?
Was this the third season?
It's first season, the end of the first. Second? The end of the first.
End of the first.
Yeah. It was really the first time that you showed how much you loved Gabrielle. In that way, don't you think?
I don't know if it was the first time, but yeah, this was a major
so
one.
raw.
And I remember this was like the third take. TJ always said Lucy's the third take girl.
Really?
Yeah. And